Hey guys, it's Madeline and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to start the tutorial for the layered envelope journal, and I've gone ahead and made my prototype of what I want to do, and so I wanted to show you guys this first. I have the envelopes on the front tied together with a little piece of twine, and then I have these envelopes layered, and I put a few little goodies in there. And then in the back, I have a clear adhesive pocket and some scrapbook paper on the back. And then I'm just going to put this back together. And then you can open this up. And here we have our journal. And I went through and added a few pages. You can't really put a lot of pages, unfortunately, because you don't have a lot of space because of the envelopes on the front, or that's what I found anyway. But it's still a really cute little, journaling packet. I love how you have all the pockets to hold ephemera. You do have some space for journaling, but honestly, all of the goodies in the pockets you can use to journal on as well. I have put some like vintage things, but there are tags. So, I mean, really, it's just kind of a different way to memory keep and do a journal. So also, my original idea for this, I got from Artsy Bohemian. I think Robin is her name, but anyway, I'll try to link her video down below. That really kind of inspired me, and the way that I really kind of found that I like to make these journals, I got from her video. Okay, so let's get started on making one of these beautiful journals together. So first things first, you're going to need just a standard size manila folder, okay? And then what I do is I take it and I just tear it in half, okay? Just right down the center. And again, this is just my take on it. This is what I do. And then I'll take one of the halves, and fold it together, okay? And this makes the base of our journal. And I have already gone ahead and created a base for the journal we're gonna make today. I trimmed this down to 8.5 inches. Let me just check that. Actually, 8 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. I trimmed this down to 8 inches. So this is going to be an 8 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8 by 6 size journal, which I think is nice. And so basically, of course, I would just take this and trim it down to size, okay, to make my base here. Also, my envelope, stacked envelope journal I made I put 6 envelopes in the front, and it works okay. I just found it to be a little bit bulky, and again, kind of limits the amount of pages you can put inside the journal. So I thought today we would start out by doing a 4 envelope stack on the front. And so I have a lot of envelopes because I pick them up at thrift stores and rummage sales and whatnot. But you can use junk mail envelopes or whatever you have. You could probably even use, cardstock for this if you liked. And so I thought I went through and I picked out 4 different sizes. And I also have some twine on hand to use because I like to do that to make a little tie in the front like this. If anybody is interested in purchasing a kit that has like envelopes and the twine and the folder cut to size, let me know in the comments, or you can send me a message over on Instagram, and I can think about doing something like that just because I have so many envelopes. But, I just kind of wanted to throw that out there. Okay, so first thing we're going to work on is our stack of envelopes on the front, okay? And so I go through and I kind of stack my envelopes up in the order that I would like them to be, okay? And then I separate them apart, okay? And then I'm going to have this on this side, this on this side. I go through, I find the back, and this part really confused me when I started doing this, when I made my first couple of these. So, please don't let it confuse you. Let me know if I can explain this better. But I'm going to take my 2 envelopes on this side, and I'm going to open the flaps up, and I'm going to stack them like this. I'm going to take my 2 envelopes I want on this side, open them up, and stack the flaps like this. Okay? So that is the first step. Now, I'm going to get a one of my good glues that I really trust, and I'm going to do the art glitter. I'm going to stack these up again. Again, I'm folding these on top of each other, and I'm going to decide how I want these to lay. I always put my largest envelope in the very back. Okay. And I'm going to move this one down a little bit. And, okay. And then this is our base. Okay, so I'm really happy with this layout of envelopes. So I'm going to take them apart. And then I'm simply going to glue the flaps to each other. Okay. So I'm just going to take some of my glue like this. And glue this down. Hey guys, sorry about that. I had to stop the video for a minute. My mom called. So what do they always say? When your mom calls, answer. Okay, anyway, so I think before I had to stop the video, we were just gluing these 2 envelopes together to go on this side. Okay, so I've gotten these 2 envelopes glued together, and this is just what it looks like here. All right, now on this side over here, I've got my 2 envelopes that we stacked, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to take my art glitter, and I'm going to just kind of put some glue on here, and what I do is I kind of tack it down first, because you do not want to glue these to the envelopes, and then, just kind of go back in and add a little bit more glue just to kind of make it like more secure there. Okay, great. Now, all right, perfect. So we have this side here, and we have this side here. All right. And that is great. So that is our little envelope stack. Okay, now what I like to do is I like to go in, and we can we can do one of 2 things actually. We can go ahead and start covering our envelopes, or we can go ahead and glue our envelopes down and then try to cover them. Let's maybe glue the envelopes down first. Okay, so you have your envelopes together like this, and I want them on this side, and I'm going to line this up, and I'm going to go ahead and glue it down. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and add some glue here, and don't worry, because we are going to cover up these envelopes. All right. So I'm just going to line this up right here. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. Sorry, I almost forgot something that I do not need to forget. Where is my little box of goodies? Okay, this is actually, sorry y'all, where we're going to put our little ties down. Ooh, I'm glad I remembered that. Okay, so before this gets too dry, I'm going to just pick this up, and I am going to put this down in here, and I'm going to add some more glue. Okay, again, this is real crafting, people. This is real life crafting. All right, there we go. And then we have it opened up, and we're going to get that good and pressed down, and there we go. We have our little tie on that side. Great. Okay, so now I'm going to go over here, and we have this envelope stack. I'm going to flip it over to the back, and I'm going to add some glue here. A little bit there. All right. And then I am going to actually fold this down a little bit and just, oops, I'm about to forget my other string. All right, let's put this guy in right there. Try to make it even. All right, let's add some extra glue around him. All right, and then I'm going to take my other envelope stack and I'm going to glue it down here on the edge like that. And then I'm going to very quickly do this. And yes, I like this. I'm happy with it. So let me make a little minor adjustment here if I can. And yep, okay. So here is the base with our strings. All right, and I'm gonna look on this side, make sure I've done all this. I don't need to fix any other little boo-boos because I make plenty of little boo-boos, you guys. Okay, so I like all that, how that has come together. I don't know if y'all can see this good, but I am gonna go in here and add a little bit more glue right along in here in the edge. And let me get to the dry wipe. Okay, and then I'm just going to press that down. I just really want to make sure those envelopes are really good and adhered to that folder. Okay, now go to the other side, and I'm going to do this on the other side as well. Okay, there we go. I'm going to just add a little glue in that little trench right there. All right, and there we have it. So that looks great. Perfect. All right, guys. All right, love that. So part one, we have our skeleton for our stacked envelope journal. Okay, so now I think in this video, we're going to put this to the side. We're going to let that dry. I'm going to bring out my paper pad. Again, I have this Theodosia Square Studio from Theodosia Square paper pad from the Paper Studio from Hobby Lobby. The reason I like this for covering up envelopes is it's a thinner paper. Okay, if you put too thick on here, in my opinion, it's just going to get like a little bit too thick. So let's flip through here and pick out some pretty papers that we're going to use in our journal. Maybe some kind of coordinating pages. I just really love this paper pad. I think all the colors in it are so pretty. Maybe we'll do like burgundies and greens. My little tester one I made is a lot of blues and creams, and there's such pretty colors of reds and greens in this journal. I mean, look at that. Is that not so pretty? So yeah, I'm just going to pull out a few more. And ooh, I like that too. Let's pull this one out. And then let's see if we can maybe find a more solid green. Oops. A more solid green. Ooh, that's really pretty. Now that coordinates well. Okay, we're going to pull this out and use it somewhere. I may not use it to cover an envelope, but I want to use that somewhere. I really like that. It goes well. All right. Let's flip through. Oh, that's pretty too. Look how pretty this is. Okay, we're going to pull this one out. Love that. This is all. And really, you cannot, okay, we'll do this. You really, well, I don't know. Let me look and see. You really can't go wrong, you know, with these paper pads, because they really all the sheets really match each other, which is like, to me, oh, let's do this one. It's, you know, such a no-brainer to grab one of these paper pads because they just all match each other and go together. Okay, so this is what I have pulled out. Is I'm going to use these somewhere in the journal. I love those. Oh, I'm sorry. There's a shadow. Why? Okay, sorry about the shadow, y'all. And then we've got a solid green and this more solid red, and those two. and this and these all coordinate together well. So, okay, good. I'm very happy with this. I'm thinking I'm going to want to use maybe these on my envelopes and maybe pull in a little of this one. We'll just have to see how it goes. And if we have to go back to our paper pad, we'll go back to our paper pad. You know, it's no big deal. Okay, so what I would like to do first is I'm going to go in and I'm going to open all this up. Okay. And I want to put a piece right here on the back, and I want to cover this up. So again, this is just my process. This is just how I like to do it. And I'm going to take my pencil, and I could probably measure, you know, just measure it and get a more exact measurement, but this is just how I like to do this. And I'm just going to make a little mark. And make a little mark here. And some people use a tear ruler. You, of course, can use a tear ruler. You know, use whatever works for you. I love a tear ruler. I just tend to find I can't tear very straight. And if I'm trying to do something that requires more of a straight line, this is just the best method for me. Okay. Let's see. Here we go. And, oh, that looks good. Love that. And let's see, actually, I think I need to take a little bit more off this edge here, and I do. So let me get my paper trimmer out and just take a teeny bit more off. And then let's see how that works. Okay, yep, I like that. Okay, so that looks good. And then we will start to cover a few envelopes. I don't want this video to get too long. Also, something else I want to do is pull in an ink and to ink up our edges. So we will save inking until the very end. So I like to work back to front on these, as you can see. So I have this. Let's go ahead and maybe take this and cover this side of this envelope. And take this one and cover this side. Or actually, I'm changing my mind. You guys know me. We can do this one. Or that one and that one. Yeah, I like that best. Okay. So again, I'm just going to hold this here and take my pencil and just make a little bitty mark here. And then come down here, make a little bitty mark here, right? And I got my paper trimmer. And I'm just gonna trim this out. Okay. And let me trim out this way. Nice. Okay, that works. All right. And okay, so you may be asking yourself at this point, Madeline, how are we going to use this envelope? You're going to put a piece of paper on it and glue it down. I will show you what we are going to do. Do not worry. Right now, we are just going to get our pieces of paper cut out. And then we will work on that next. Okay, so I'm going to put a mark there and then a little bitty mark here. Okay. All right. Trim. Okay, trim again right here. All right. Okay, great. All right. Okay, love that. Let me grab a few paper clips out of my binding kit because I want to paper clip these down so I remember where, you know, just so I don't get things lost or confused. Okay, great. All right. So this is how this looks. Now we are going to go like that and then fold like that. Okay, so our next flip is going to be like this, and we are going to pull in a new paper. Okay, and let's do this one. I like this one, y'all. Is that not so pretty? Okay, and we'll do a little mark like this, and then move up here and do a little mark like this. Okay. And I say this every time. This project is no different. Hang on to those scraps, because we'll do some fun things with the scraps. I love scraps. Y'all know me. Okay. All right, that looks good. And when we go to glue these, if I need to make a little adjustment here or there, I will certainly do it. All right, so that looks good. We're going to fold that over. So let's get another piece like this one. So we're going to do this here. Put a little mark. Are you guys bored yet? When I was learning how to do stuff, I just really appreciated somebody that just did every little step. And I know that that's not how everybody learns, but that is how I learn. And so that's kind of how I like to do my videos. So I apologize if you guys are bored to death. Okay, and that's going to go on that side. Okay, great. Now we have our scraps, remember, from where we were cutting our previous ones. And let's see, look at that scrap. That almost fits there perfectly. Let's see. We are going to trim a little off that and see if we can just pull that scrap in right there. There we go. Nice. Okay, love that. And let's pull in maybe a piece of this for this side. Again, I'm kind of mix and matching, you know, the main envelope, you know, the main pieces of paper I'm using to cover my envelopes here. Okay. Okay, great. Okay, that looks so good. Y'all, I'm loving this. I'm gonna grab another paper clip out of my kit here. Okay, I'm gonna paper clip this guy on here. And then I'm going to paper clip this guy over here. I really like to do all of the same step at once, you know, like cutting all the paper, gluing all the paper. And so, you know, again, this is just my process. All right, so now we're going to do that and then do that. So let's figure out what are we going to cover that one with. Now in the front, sometimes I like to bring in a more, you know, like a busier page and do that. And I do. I kind of actually really like this for that on this side especially. So let's just pull this in a little bit of these words because I do like them. Okay, so we'll do that. And we will do this. Okay. There we go. And then where's my mark? There's my mark. Okay, that is great. Okay, love that. And then our front page. Okay, now I pulled this out, which I really love because it looks very like collaged, and I love stamps. I love the stamps all over it. So let's maybe try to find a section that's got some green in it. Y'all, I like this right here actually, because we're going to get those two stamps and we're going to get our colors. So let me do a mark there and a mark there. Okay. And let's see, let's get this mark here. Love it. That looks so good. Okay. Yep, I am loving that for the front. That's so good. Okay. Now let's go through and let's look at our pages. Okay, so that's going to do that and that. We're going to do that there. We're going to do that there. And then this is our center. Okay, great. Well, I'm going to go ahead and end our video here and let you guys get started on this part. And at the beginning of our next video, we'll do some inking and gluing. And I'll talk to you in part 2. Bye.